We're seeing a shift in focus and priority from ICOs to STOs. So, On, maybe we could start with you, and you could give us some of your perspectives around what's the difference between ICOs and STOs, why are STOs gaining in popularity? So maybe we could start with you, please.
Sure, thank you. So the first part I would say is that we've all seen that with the ICOs and we had a wild, wild west. Everyone practically did anything that they want to do. People asked for investments from investors without enabling the investors to have any kind of real rights. We had cases where the founders were promising the moon. It was very clear that they will not be able to even reach their first milestone. They were raising millions, tens of millions, more than $100 million and more. And it was very clear that, one, they will not be able to achieve what they're promising. And two, the investors are completely hopeless. I think that the main change that we see from ICOs to STOs is first and foremost the security of the investors to have the rights. Second, the second part is I think that because of the change from utility tokens to security tokens, and when I say change, I'm talking about something that doesn't really exist at the moment or is very rare, because until today no one, at least not someone that I know, any individual or company actually managed to prove that utility token is worthwhile. There are a few projects that are looking promising to me, but it's a long way before they will be able to actually achieve it or prove it as a use case. The third part of the change that I see is because we know that with STOs, the security of banks and governments will be much better. They will feel much more comfortable with that mechanism. And I think that it will allow many of the investors that did not go into blockchain and crypto until now to consider it. The last part, the way that I see it, is that the confidence of the public might come back to the industry, might be back, because there's going to be many less scams out there. It's going to be much harder for them to scam the public. And when I mentioned scams before, we have different kind of levels of scams. There are scams that are just out there trying to steal the money from the public by faking a website, faking a company, faking the whole team. But there's other types of scams of founders lying about many different factors regarding their ICO, and now it will be an STO, and they will have serious problems with the governments, with the regulators, if they will be lying about these types of the different data that they publish to the public. And just as one example, I'll give many founders that we've seen say that they raised, for example, $10 million and more, while they didn't even raise $1 million. Just as one example. Another example is that many founders are putting partners on their websites, claiming that they have partnerships with big 500 Fortune companies such as Google, Microsoft, IBM, and more, while it doesn't really exist. So I don't think that founders of STOs will allow themselves to do these kind of things, because they will definitely go to jail. It's not a question. So that's the general overview of how we see the shift from ICOs to STOs. And obviously, if I had more time, I'd continue talking about it more. Thank you.